Most people think Silent Hill is just Resident Evil without zombies. Like, oh cool, fog and weird monsters. I guess I'll just shoot them. But no, Silent Hill isn't about monsters, it's about you. It's about that guilt, identity, pain, everything you try to stuff deep inside, until finally it just comes crawling back out trying to kill you. Because none of us are perfect. We all get jealous, bitter, horny, hateful. In Silent Hill, it takes all those internal thoughts and turns them straight into monsters and forces you to deal with them or die trying. It's kind of like Saw, but instead of cutting off your own leg, you're cutting through all your trauma. So let's dive into the mind of a high school girl and see the hellscape she's built for herself. Silent Hill isn't just some foggy ghost town. It's more like a living, breathing nightmare that adapts and adjusts to you for better or worse. The place literally manifests whatever it needs to, just to teach you a lesson. Think of it like a mirror, except when you look into it, you don't see yourself. You see everything you've been trying to bury. Your guilt, your shame, your secrets. All that stuff you swore you'd never tell anyone? Yeah, Silent Hill knows. And it brings those thoughts to life as the monster's chasing you down in the street. Every person sees a different version of the town. One person might be attacked by deformed babies because they're drowning in the guilt after an abortion, while another may be chased by rabid dogs because that's how they've always viewed their parents. Loud, violent, unpredictable. See, Silent Hill doesn't want to just scare you. It really wants to help you. Now, there's something very important. This town has a dirty little secret, a flower called White Claudia. And this thing's got hallucinogenic properties and has been used in cult rituals throughout the series. And that detail right there answers a huge question about Silent Hill F. Silent Hill always puts people at a fork in the road. Face your demons or die running from them. It's as simple as that. It's basically the jigsaw method of therapy. But in Saw, see, the victims, they know they're playing the game. While in Silent Hill, you don't even get the courtesy of an instruction manual. Your survival depends entirely on your maturity. If you've got lifelong anger issues, guess what? The town's gonna put you in a situation that either makes you snap and die or finally deal with the reason you're angry in the first place. That's the twisted beauty of Silent Hill. It's punishment and redemption rolled into one fog-filled nightmare. You can suffer and survive or stay comfortable and die. At the end of the day, it's your choice. Silent Hill F takes place in 1960s Japan and follows a schoolgirl named Hinako Shimizu. Here's a little fun detail. Hinako means fledgling or young child, and Shimizu means pure water. Now keep that in mind because once you know what this game's actually about, the name starts to hit a little different. Now, right from the start, it's pretty clear Hinako has beef with her family. Her dad's emotionally and maybe physically abusive. Her mom just kind of stands there pretending it's all fine, and her sister, well, Hinako literally scratched her face out of a picture she drew. That's really never a good sign. She also hates all the cultural, gender norms and rules surrounding her. I mean, she likes being a girl, but she doesn't want to be boxed in by being girly. Basically, she's rebelling against every label society throws at her. Then we meet Shu, this dude on a bench, and Hinako's two friends, Sakuko and Rinko. They're chatting when the fog starts creeping in. Hinako looks up and boom, Sakuko basically gets swallowed by these red vine tentacle things, absolutely devoured. So yeah, obviously Hinako takes off like Barry Sanders through the A-gap. Now, I'm not gonna drag you guys through every single cutscene, cause I know nobody wants to sit through the whole "then she walked into a temple" part of the video. Instead, let's just hit some of the important stuff. Throughout the game, Hinako bounces between two worlds. The real one, where she explores houses, schools, her family home, her friends' homes, and then the other world, which is basically Silent Hill's therapy dimension. And see, there, she's guided by a mysterious man wearing a fox mask, who puts her through a bunch of symbolic trials and creepy transformations. Meanwhile, in the normal world, she's hunted by something called the Fog Monster, which is a tall, faceless woman in white with long wolf-like arms and a face that looks like someone peeled that shit off with a cheese grater. Bro, it's gross as hell. Oh, and just like there's two different worlds, plot twist, there's also two different Hinakos. See, you have the regular one, and then another one that's slowly transforming. This one's got a fox arm, a brand on her back, and a fox mask fused to her dang face. And those three details are super important because they aren't just random design choices. They actually mean something. And that is what we're about to dive into next. The deeper you go into Silent Hill F, the more it stops feeling like a horror game and starts feeling like a slow, methodical breakdown of a young girl's mind. Every enemy, every transformation, every setting, none of it's random. It's all Hinako's pain projected into physical form. At its core, Silent Hill F is all about control and what happens when you never had any to begin with. Hinako's life has been dictated by abuse, shame, and expectation. Her father screams at her, her mother stands by idly, and her community tells her that a woman's purpose is just to be married off and be obedient. When she finds out her father's plan is to sell her into marriage to pay off his debts, that's not just betrayal, it's erasure. She's being traded off like property. Her future, her body, and her love have all been signed away by somebody else. And that's where her personal version of Silent Hill begins. See, the game splits her psyche into two Hinakos. One that fights back, desperate to break free from tradition and reclaim her life, while the other tries to submit, to accept the system, obey her father, and become the good wife she's been told to be. It's not just two versions of her physically, it's the internal war between resistance and resignation. And that's why every transformation she goes through carries meaning. The brand on her back represents ownership, the literal mark of being claimed, whether by her father, her husband, or even just the town itself. It's a scar that stays, always reminding her, you belong to someone else. The fox mask is equally symbolic. See, in Japanese folklore, the fox, or kitsune, is a shapeshifter. Sometimes it's a trickster, sometimes it's divine. For Hinako, it's both. The fox represents the version of her that adapts to survive, the part that learns to change shape and identity just to please others, to avoid pain, to hide her true self behind the mask that people want to see. It's survival through submission, but it's also deception, a lie she keeps telling herself. And then there's the fox arm. The moment she gains it, her human side is literally being replaced by something unnatural. It's her strength manifesting in the most grotesque way possible. See, she's trying to take control, to fight, but the more she resists the system, the more monstrous she becomes. That arm is showing her power born through trauma. Oh, and the fog monster she runs from isn't just some random creature. It's what she fears becoming, an adult woman, faceless and hollow, consumed by obedience. It's the image of a wife who's lost her identity so completely that her face, her individuality, is just gone. And throughout it all the red flowers and vines spreading throughout the town, the ones that devour everything, they represent her emotional suffocation, the way abuse, expectation, and fear creep through her life until there's nothing pure left. Remember her name, Shimizu, pure water. The vines are that purity just rotting away, being strangled by the world around her. Hinako's Silent Hill isn't about monsters. It's about the death of her innocence. This is what happens when love, family, and duty all become the exact same word: control. So when you look at her half human, half fox, branded, masked, and running away, you're not seeing a monster. You're seeing a girl who tried to become everything everyone wanted, until there was nothing left of her at all. The mistake most people make about Silent Hill is thinking that it's a place. It isn't, it's a mirror. Every game in this series shows a different reflection. In Silent Hill F, that mirror just happens to be Japanese. Where the Western entries explore guilt and punishment, F is about conformity, identity, and the quiet death of individuality under cultural pressures. For James Sunderland in Silent Hill 2, the town forced him to face certain things that I might cover in a future video if you guys like this one. But for Hinako, it forces her to face all the fear of becoming her parents. It's the same design, just filtered through a different wound. In the West, horror comes from the sins that you've committed, while in the East, horror comes from the person you're expected to become. That's what makes Silent Hill F so haunting. It doesn't rely on nostalgia or callbacks. It returns the franchise to the core idea, that the scariest monsters are the one you've made of your own thoughts. Hinako's world isn't dying because of a curse, or a flower, or even the fog. It's dying because she can't seem to escape herself. Every vine that spreads, every face that disappears, every echo of her own voice, it's all the town reflecting her mind back at her until she can't tell where it ends and begins. Silent Hill doesn't just want you to survive. It wants you to understand, accept, and grow as a person. And that's the real horror. Not the monsters outside, but the mirror that shows you exactly who you've always been. In the end, Silent Hill isn't really about Hinako. See, it's about us. The town just gives shape to what we all refuse to look at. Our guilt, our fear, our need to be loved, all dressed up as monsters we can't kill, only confront. And that's what makes Silent Hill so timeless. It never needed cheap jump scares or horror tropes, just a mirror and a question. What happens when you're backed into a corner and can't run from your own thoughts anymore? For Hinako, that question came in the form of a mask, a mark, and a choice. For the rest of us, it's a little quieter, buried in between who we truly are and who we pretend to be. And maybe that's why Silent Hill just keeps on coming back, because the fog isn't really a place, it's more so a feeling, and sooner or later, it finds everyone. But with that, I thank every single one of y'all for making it this far in the video. If you liked it, let me know in the comment section, and don't forget to hit that like button. But hey, like always, y'all stay safe out there, and I'm gonna see y'all next time.